Whoa! Look at that!
This is a big fish.
Oh my God! That is a cow. That's a big fish. There is a pike.
Over the last 30 years, my greatest investment of time and money to catch a particular species of fish has been to satisfy my addiction for monster pike.
Look at that.
Wherever the best hotspots for them are found on the globe, I can promise I've been there chasing after those big gators.
Oh, there it is. That's a big fish.
To me, there's something just very special about those monumental pike over 20 pounds.
That's why they call them gators, Rick.
And that's why today's monster pike story at Lake of the Woods is honestly a little tough for me to take. You see, although not according to my plan, I didn't even turn out to be part of it. After hearing some unbelievable tales about catching gigantic pike through the ice at Lake of the Woods, the whole story of today's show actually began 3 years ago. The tip came from Arneson's Rocky Point Resort, and naturally I made plans to check it out myself. The timing was to be late March, perfect for late winter pre-spawn pike moving into the shallows to feed and stage.
Pike!
Long and short, when a business conflict came up and I couldn't go, I sent my staff to fish and film in my place.
Fish on.
Here we go.
Well, the pike gods smiled down and opened the gates, and what may just be the best ice fishing action for trophy gators ever recorded on film.
There you go. That's a nice one.
Big fish.
Wow.
Tyler? Yeah.
Holy cow.
Good
Look at the size of that, Tim.
That's
Oh, that's a big one.
Another nice one.
Wow. Well, you guys got a fishery here. This is absolutely insane. This fishing is incredible here.
The tally of true giants put on the ice and released was almost ungodly. Great show, good for business and all of that, but I'm not gonna lie, I was really jealous for missing out.
That's a fish of a lifetime.
So under the same timing, I made plans to go again the following March. Problem is, when the time came, an unseasonably early spring melt presented unsafe ice and I was forced to cancel again. Patient man that I am, I rescheduled one more time to hit the historically correct timing for big pike at Lake of the Woods the following year.
I don't know if you can see the silhouettes in the trees over there, but we've got toms roosted right there.
What's this, turkey hunting? That's right, because when attempt number 3 finally came, the exact opposite of the previous March occurred. When spring came a full month late, I kept backing up my pike trip until it clashed with my first crossbow turkey hunt. Once again, I had no choice but to send others in my place to Lake of the Woods. Needless to say, while talking turkey that week in Kansas, even following a very exciting, successful hunt, I couldn't help but keep wondering what I was missing again.
Hey, Paul, Jeff Evans.
I know I shouldn't have. I realized it was a pretty darn good problem to have, but at the time I was cursing my inability to be in 2 places at once.
All right, we're gonna hop in the Ranger in case we need to be mobile. You guys wanna follow us out?
Perfect.
All right.
Now, when we return, our cameras focus on last April's pike fishing at Lake of the Woods without yours truly. A story I did eventually come to graciously accept. As we continue now at Lake of the Woods on the Minnesota-Ontario border,
Let's go catch us some fish. Sounds good, Paul.
an unseasonably late spring has everyone wondering what kind of pike bite they'll have.
Yeah, this has been one of the longest winters I remember.
The group of anglers I've assembled consists of pro staffer Jeff Evans, professional Wisconsin guide, who's frequented my show many times, Mark Nelson from North Dakota, a good friend, and from Arneson's Rocky Point Resort, Paul Arneson and Tim Hill.
Hey, Paul, why don't you show me how these set up?
What we like to use, it would be like a 5/0 circle hook. Then we'll just hook them right underneath the fin.
And that sucker has a nice action with that single hook in it.
Absolutely. We're using a St. Croix rod with a Cabela's reel. And when we set it into the Arctic Warrior, you open your bail and then put your line going from the outside going in, running underneath, and then that's all there is to it.
And we're set at 6 feet, is that correct, Paul?
That's correct. We're fishing in about 11 feet of water at this spot. We'll try a variety of depths.
And what we're hoping to do is get these big pike as they're coming in to spawn.
Correct.
We got a flag. We just had a flag. Get up here and see if he's running. Nothing.
There's flag up, isn't it?
No, nothing.
Flag mark. No, not a fish.
On the first day, we had a lot of struggles.
Why does this keep tripping like this?
I know we probably had 20 to 30 flags and maybe one fish. We're gonna add ice fishing bobber. This will take some of the shock out of that bait trying to take off.
It's a really nice product because the part where the line runs stays underwater so you don't have any freezing issues. Because we've had a lot of short bites, drop baits, whatever, missed fish more than we're used to. We've changed our techniques and our presentations up a little bit.
We noticed earlier in the day we had a lot of hits and drops, a lot of flags. We've kind of learned here throughout the day to be patient. On this next move, we're going to see what happens. We're going to tighten up on this guy, and
Finally
broke the ice.
and we're hooked up. Definitely a fish. I'm going to go to back reel now, because as soon as you get to the edge of that hole, you got to be ready for a run right there.
Sure seems like a nice fish.
Yeah, it does. It does. Every time we get within about 10 feet of them, we're getting closer now, Paul.
Yep.
There you go, Paul.
Nice fish, Jeff.
Nice job.
Get a quick measurement on her and let her go. About 34.
Nice fat pre-spawn northern. What a beautiful fish.
Yeah, it's taking out some line. That's good.
I think we should take him, don't you? Okay. He's got some weight, little backbone. Oh, there's a, look at him bounce.
Nice northern.
We get
It's coming up.
There we go. That's a little better. All right, nicely done. I haven't done a lot of this pike fishing through the ice, but I tell you, when that 39-incher come through the hole, it was just incredible.
Nice 39-inch fish.
Not only just absolutely beautiful fish, but the size is, I mean, that's a 20-pound fish. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. Boy, he wanted to get back in there, didn't he?
He's going home.
Nice, thank you.
Good job.
Beautiful.
You know, being from northern Wisconsin, I have a lot of wonderful fishing in my own backyard, but you know, Lake of the Woods, there's always been something magical about it. See what we got. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I've always wanted to come up here and experience the great fishing. There you go. Yeah, I can tell you that one's got some weight to it. This big pike thing in the spring is something I would recommend to anybody. This guy is really bulldogging now. To come up here, experience really catching pike of a lifetime in this setting, on this great water, is really a chance of a lifetime.
Nice fish, my friend.
Thank you, Paul. That's a beauty.
Hooked right in the corner of the mouth.
That is the beauty of circle hooks right there. You can see came out perfectly. That is a Lake of the Woods, Arneson's beauty. That's a big pike anywhere.
Well, yesterday we had a setup, and it seemed like everything that we had set up deep was a lot smaller fish, and the good fish we caught were on the inside. So today we're gonna obviously move in and try to get in that shallow water.
All right, yesterday we had a lot of short bites and a lot of drops. So we're gonna do a couple things today different. Number one, we're gonna switch to a smaller bait. We had big live suckers. And we're gonna put those on a quick strike rig on a couple of our rods. We're gonna keep a couple circle hooks down. We're gonna see how the bite goes to start out the day.
So when you're hooking these quick strikes, what do you recommend? Where do you recommend?
Usually I hook right behind the dorsal.
Right in here?
Yep, through that backbone. And the other hook we'll just put right about here, right just behind the head.
Just right shallow?
Yep. That way it keeps bait horizontal in the water, and then we get nice flash with the beads and the blades.
We have changed our techniques and presentations up a lot. We've varied the length of our leaders that we're deploying below the ice. We're just trying to change everything up in order to give the fish the presentation that they want, so we'll increase our odds of hooking up.
Oh, there you go.
Just hit it.
We got this one on the quick strike rig with a live sucker. That is not a little fish.
Boy, he sure feels heavy.
That is a nice, nice fish.
There's our bobbers. This is always kind of the trick when you get them to the bottom of that hole, and you want to be real easy. Atta boy, Paul.
Nice fish.
Way to go. What a dandy.
Look at that. Just a hair over 40. What a beautiful fish.
Look at that, another Lake of the Woods giant. Pre-spawn, 40-inch pike. That is an absolute unbelievable fish.
What a beautiful fish.
You don't know what you're missing. Let's get that fish back in the water, huh? We've experienced really everything northern Minnesota has to offer when it comes to winter weather on this trip. You see, we've all got Cabela's guide gear on, and it's really made the day comfortable and bearable and able to stay, you know, throughout the day. We've been basically on the ice sun up to sundown. We've got some Johnsonville Originals. These aren't pre-cooked, so we're gonna have to cook them low and slow. We've been bringing our food out here from Artisans. They do an excellent job of making sure that we're prepared for everything during the day. And the Yetis have been packed and stacked full of food and drinks. And the Eskimo augers have been up to the task. We've been drilling multiple holes all day long through 3.5 feet of ice. The Eskimo shelters are easy to set up and get us out of the wind. Tip up. This is an outstanding time of year to come and experience Lake of the Woods in the entire region. Here we go. That's a good fish.
That is a big fish.
Now we just got to hope that the hookup was good. Come up here, be able to fish big pike. What an experience for any angler.
The way it's running, it looks bigger than your last fish.
We can only hope so. Huh?
I hope so.
If that's the case, we got a giant here. Okay.
I don't really liked it when I saw the hole.
As soon as we got close, I go to back reel. We've lost some fish right at the hole. So when we do get the fish up, kind of a game, a cat and mouse game a little bit with the fish. You get them to the bottom of the hole and you just try to ease that head in there.
Boy, that looks like a dandy, Jim.
It feels really, really good. We've caught some big fish, but I have to say this one feels just a touch better, which,
There we go.
we're getting close here now. Now this is where the whole game begins.
It's to get them turned up in that hole. That's where I was having some problems.
It's a lot funner with them rods catching them northerns than it is trying to do the hand over hand, ain't it?
Well, that's a perfect rod, that St. Croix, for this application, isn't it?
Oh, and it's fun. There's a rod and bob. Okay, now he's on the bottom of the hole again here now.
He's right below the hole right now. Here he comes, here he comes. Oh.
Oh, what a beauty! What a beauty!
Beauty, nicely
That is a
done.
giant, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, that is a giant.
Beautiful fish.
That's a 40-pluser.
Well, I can't say it enough. April 12th. I don't know if you asked me last year if I thought I'd be lucky enough to be doing this with Paul Arneson and Tim up at Arneson's Rocky Point. We're on Lake of the Woods. Babe, I hate to tell you, my friend, you're missing out. You better get here. That is just a gorgeous, giant pike. I mean, you can travel wherever you want to travel to catch big fish, but I know I'm coming back to Lake of the Woods.
While today's pike fishing and my Kansas turkey hunt were going on last April, at Randall, Minnesota, near where we live, another unique kind of natural spring harvest was going on. So rather than preparing a recipe like she normally does each week, Chris went to see for herself and to pass along to us how the making of maple syrup is done.
Okay, are we gonna have fun today? We are in central Minnesota and we are gonna see how maple syrup is made, and we're gonna go out and take it right from the trees. It's gonna be fun. Come and join me. Hi.
Hi.
You must be Bob.
Yes.
Hi, Bob. Chris Winkelman.
Chris?
Yes. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for letting me come out today and see your see all of your maple syrup, how you make it, and
We appreciate it.
I'm excited to see how it's done.
We'll show you all the way from the tree to the bottle then.
Wonderful.
Okay.
I can't wait. Look at this. Watch it just drip, drip, drip.
When it gets about springtime, tapping time, got to get the drill out and put the tap pile in. Then we hang our sap bags.
How many bags do you have?
200.
200?
200. When we collect our sap, we've got a tank on a trailer, pull it with our tractor. We go around from tree to tree and pour the sap into the gathering tank, and it's filtered as it goes in.
Okay, Bob, when's the process start?
Like this year, we started on the early part of March. We have tapped already in February in some years. Mother Nature's in charge, so you just never know. We try to collect every day because the longer sap sits in the bag, the quality starts to deteriorate. So if you can cook it out every night, that makes a better quality syrup.
All right, Bob, how long have you actually been doing this?
47 years.
47.
This is our 47th year.
Good for you.
We started out the first year, we made 1 gallon. Then it grew from there.
So now this goes into another big kettle that you boil down?
Well, this goes into a holding tank. We've got a stainless steel, what it is, it's a stainless steel dairy tank. And it goes into there, and then from there it runs into the evaporator.
Boy, that emptied out quick.
We'll check and see how much sap we've got out there. Well, it looks like we've got about 180 gallons. Then I can take that sap and I'm gonna check it and see what the sugar content of the sap is.
It is, it's right at 3, isn't it?
Yeah. 3, it takes 30.66 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup.
And then after you test it, you do what?
I'll show you how this process starts over here then. The sap will come in through here, and I've got this water meter which tells us exactly how much we've had when we're finished. Goes in through here, and then inside there's copper pipes. That's a preheater. The steam will heat it up. When we get in the syrup pan, it's got 4 different compartments. It winds its way back and forth through that, and the way it's set up now, we'll be drawing syrup off the other side. When the thermometer reads 7, we go off a little syrup there. After our syrup is all filtered, then we'll bring the syrup over into this syrup tank. And it is a 200-gallon stainless steel tank. And then at the end of the season, we will bottle it. And we like to wait till the end of the season because we can blend it all together, because one batch might be slightly different flavor than another. That way it gets all uniform flavored.
Well, you two, thank you so very, very much for letting me come out today. It sure was a pleasure meeting both of you and obviously seeing your operation. Thank you, Carmen.
Thank you. Thank you for
I
coming.
appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We enjoyed having you here.
Hey, I know my wife, and even for her, it was a pretty roundabout way of scoring some free pure maple syrup, wasn't it? Actually, it's an interesting example of yet another outdoor tradition that connects people to our natural world. Fishing, hunting, harvesting, throughout every season of the year, there's always something fun and rewarding going on. I'm Babe Winkelman. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, everybody, hey, good fishing.